Hello, everybody. Good morning. Good morning to you. Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. Today, I'm going to talk about some of the basic things that give, I guess, plant seeds of motivation in us, get us going, right? Give us a motivation to keep going. But before I jump into this, I'm going to quickly play, my disclaimers and all that stuff, my pre-shows, so that we can jump into this conversation safely. You know how it is when you play some content that you've heard somewhere else or may have ties or legal copyright somewhere else, even when we're playing it for the permissible purposes or what they call internet's fair use policies. You have those wonderful people who are out here saying you don't have rights to it. So let's just hear that and then we'll jump into the show. Fair enough? I think so. See you guys back in about 3 minutes. Hello, 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 you guys. Welcome to Life Discussions with Dr. Jefferson. I am Dr. Jefferson, your host for the show. Also, I am like your biggest advocate, your biggest cheerleader. I want to make sure that you guys know that even if you feel like you don't have anybody who really supports you, who really pushes you to do great things, to reach your capacity, to be the best version of you that you can be, you've got me. Okay? So let's start there. On today's Why Not Wednesday in conversation, on Wednesdays, I like to push people past um, the hump, right? Wednesdays tend to be quite difficult for most people because it's in the middle of the week. You are almost there, but you're not quite there. If you started your week off and everything was great, and then it started to get a little tough. Excuse me. Wednesday is typically where You're trying to get what you need to push things forward in a way that keeps it going in a positive direction. So, happy Wednesday. Today is September 15th, 2021, and we are still facing an ever strong pandemic in the United States and pretty much everywhere across the globe. My question is, how are you guys doing? What's going on in your world? There can be many things going on in the world around us, but those things aren't happening for us because those things are not necessarily always on our radar. We don't always read the same types of energy that's happening in other people's lives. And, even though it's in the same world, in the same country that we live in, we don't register all of those events in the same way. Right. So, which events are affecting you and interrupting your energy or pushing positive energy into your center? Um, that's my first one. Hey Casey, how are you? How have you been? My second question is, how are you guys dealing with all of the chaos that's going on um, in the world around you? Hi, Mr. Brooks. How are you doing this morning? How are you guys? How are you guys this morning? So on this Why Not Wednesday, my why not for you guys is why not be the exception, right? Because sometimes we have people that are in our world who are in our energy center, um, who are not meant to be in our lives for a lifetime. Okay. We make all types of connection over the course of this lifespan. We connect with people and we're meant to learn lessons, viable lessons to take into the next phase, the next season, if you will, carefully, and apply those said lessons from our previous experiences appropriately. So, if the people that we meet during these interactions, these experiences, if they're not meant to be in our lives for the duration of our life, they're going to start to cause some friction, right? They're going to make us feel uncomfortable. They're going to unseat us, if you will, right? In our space where we persist and we are there and we feel really good, they're going to make us feel a little unstable. And so we have to recognize when these things are happening, okay? So that we can be the best versions of ourselves and do the work that we need to do to keep ourselves balanced and calibrated, okay? So that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. Yesterday, I think it was Miss Sandy. She said that if people felt invisible, because we talked about the invisibility of Black women in America yesterday. She said, if people feel invisible, start a YouTube channel. I thought that that was a great suggestion because let me bring this all the way in for you. Social media is now the primary means of communicating and connecting with people now. It's no longer going out to the bar and sitting next to a new person and saying, hey, I do this. What are you doing? For a living. What are you into? I'm into this. Or sharing commentary about a game that you guys are watching together. It's no longer about that. The vast majority of people do connect via social media. And I mentioned when I was kind of invited in to talk about the Kwame Brown situation, the fact that people will use social media as a means to be supportive therapy. It can be therapeutic to just get things out. So you can either journal with pen to paper, or you can record voice notes on your phone, or you can take to social media and talk to the computer screen and wait for people to talk back to you. Or just have those conversations alone on social media. And if it resonates with other people, they'll gravitate to the conversation and continue that dialogue with you. But so I do think that that is a viable means to kind of gathering your thoughts and putting yourself in a mentally well space where you may feel isolated, abandoned, not heard, not seen. All of these things that I feel like Black women have struggled with over the last couple of decades. And it's become a more prevalent issue as we bring it all the way into 2021. So I'm going to talk a bit about seasonal tolerance. Now, I just spoke about the fact that sometimes people are in your life for a reason in a season, but not necessarily in your life for the longitudinal journey, right? The duration of your journey. Sometimes we do have to develop seasonal tolerance. So we have to be exposed to those people that are very negative, that do very negative things for a length of time, for a couple of reasons. First, so that we can learn from their mistakes. Whatever missteps they make during that time, we need to see the outcomes to recognize that this is something that is unfavorable in one way or another. And then the other reason is because we need to see their impact on us, on our stability, on our energy, on our lives, period. But we have to have the lessons. Life is here for a reason. Living is about learning. If we're not learning and applying the lessons from the experiences that life yields, we're doing ourselves a gross injustice. If we're not learning to be compassionate, permissive, graceful, forgiving to the people around us, then we're doing ourselves a gross miscarriage of justice. And the reason is because we sometimes need to have these negative experiences in order to place ourselves, position ourselves in spaces for greatness. It builds resiliency. Just know that. So today is Wednesday, and I hope that you guys have decided today to live your best life. Sometimes that decision can be hard. Somebody somewhere is going through a rough time right now, and I know that. Hopefully you see this video and it resonates with you. Somebody right now feels invisible, and I'm hoping that you see this video and it resonates with you. I am supportive of you, and if you need me, you can definitely call me. However, I want you to be intentional about the energy that you create today. If no other time in your life you're intentional, I want you to start being intentional about the energy that you create and the energy that you're putting into the atmosphere, because you do have an impact on other people who are around you. Everybody is interconnected. We need to recognize that so that we can become more interdependent and we can start playing to the strengths of one another, building, if you will. So that is all that I have. I hope that this video resonated with you guys. Hopefully you guys have a great hump day and get over the hump of Wednesdays. If you're having a great week, hopefully you continue to have a great week and inspire greatness in other people. Keep your energy safe. Spend some time reflecting, being honest, calling a thing, meditating, stretching, exercising, journaling, candles lit, meditating and praying, combination of the two, whatever works for you. But do something that evokes positive energy and moves you in a positive way and takes away the stress of your day. That's all I got, you guys. Absolutely love you guys. Take care. Later days. Bye.
Who alive can't put me in a box. I redefine any definition you got. I am the tiger, I'm making steps to the top. The flames, I'll rip it up, you just gotta hand me the rock. Take a seat, you cannot stand it. All I know, the flow harder than a Scotch bunny. Don't try studying me, you cannot manage. This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon. This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon. Phenomenon.